Florida Congressman Greg Steube joins us now. He sits on the House Judiciary Committee. Congressman, good morning to you. You've been listening along at the Nancy Pelosi's news conference there. She took the president head on, said she struck a chord with him when she claimed yesterday on multiple occasions that he's engaged in a cover-up. She doubled down on that just now at the news conference, and she said the president pulled a stunt in the Oval Office yesterday when he refused to talk infrastructure unless these investigations were dropped. Just your thoughts on what you just heard there from Pelosi.
Well, the first thing I'd like to say is I'm praying for Nancy Pelosi, and I don't see how the president could, in good faith, negotiate with somebody when an hour before she comes to the White House, she says that he's guilty of a cover-up. When we've spent 22 months to have Mueller investigate the Trump collusion claim that went on for 2 years after $25 million and 2,800 subpoenas, and that found no collusion and didn't charge him with obstruction. So at what point are the Democrats going to move on? So now it's not that collusion is in plain sight. Now it's that there's obstruction in plain sight, yet nobody from the Department of Justice decided to charge the president with obstruction.
Well, it was also interesting that nobody in that room followed up with her claims that the president's engaged with a cover-up and asked what the crime is and what evidence that she has. But they did ask why not proceed with impeachment proceedings, to which she responded 3 things after she hesitated for a few seconds and said, follow the facts, no one above the law, and the president is engaged in a cover-up. So she's continuing with this message. I just wonder what this happens for the ability for anything to get done in Washington, Congressman.
Well, I mean, look at what all the committees are spending their time on. We had McGahn that was supposed to testify at the Judiciary Committee. We spent the whole time. The Chairman Nadler, didn't even let the Republicans, after the ranking member spoke, they moved to adjourn so that no Republicans would have the opportunity to even speak about what we wanted to talk about and this atrocity that is happening to the American people. The American people don't want us up here investigating the president. They want us up here solving the crisis that we have on our border right now, creating and improving our economy that is a great economy right now. That's the type of things that Americans want us focused on, not investigating and further investigating the president. And that's what all the committees are focused on, and that's all the work of this Congress. Name one thing that the Democratic-led Congress has passed in the 5 months that we've been up here.
I just wonder what's happening with Nancy Pelosi and her caucus. She had this meeting yesterday. She came out, said that her party is not divided, although we know that there's multiple calls out there by members of her party to impeach the president. How does she move forward and lead her party through this?
There is absolutely members in her own caucus who actually called for impeachment as soon as after they got sworn in my class. They were calling for impeachment of our president. And everything that they're doing is trying to go as close as they can to impeachment proceedings without actually calling it impeachment. By bringing all these people in, by subpoenaing all these witnesses, by subpoenaing all these documents. And she said she's chasing after the facts. What facts are we going to learn that Bob Mueller didn't learn in his 22 months of investigating with 18 different lawyers, 2,800 subpoenas, 500 search warrants, and 500 witnesses? Do you think that Congress is going to learn more than he learned in 22 months?
And I appreciate you having to yell over the noise level there. We're trying our best to hear you, but considering that you are a member of the House Judiciary Committee, and we saw what happened earlier in the week with Don McGahn. He did not show for that hearing. Jerry Nadler put on quite a show in that room. We did hear from the ranking Republican, Doug Collins. He was actually on this program a bit earlier, and he said that the conversations are ongoing about having Robert Mueller testify. What more can you add to that?
Well, I think I have no problem with him coming and testifying, but I don't know what he's going to be able to testify about that is more in the 484 pages of the report that he promulgated over 22 months. What more could he say that's not in the report? So, hey, I would love for Robert Mueller to come to the committee because I would love to ask him several questions, and hopefully that we can get some answers to the American people.
I want to go back to what we just heard from Nancy Pelosi because there was something else that stuck out to us because we're all trying to put together what exactly happened yesterday with that impromptu appearance by the president in the Rose Garden following his scheduled meeting with Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. She referenced a letter that the president sent to Democratic leadership the day before that meeting took place and said, if you want to speak about infrastructure with me, let's get something done on USMCA, the Mexico-Canada agreement. I don't know that we knew about that ahead of time, but she referenced that in her update a few moments ago.
Well, and I think we absolutely need to do stuff on trade. I've got people in Florida, I've got farmers in Florida that would do very well if we pass USMCA, and I think that's something that the American people want. That's the results that the American people are looking for us to get things done when we're up here in Congress, and not investigating the investigation and constantly trying to subpoena documents. The American people aren't concerned about that. They want you to improve their lives, improve agriculture in the state of Florida, and build on the economy that we have booming right now.
All right, from the House Judiciary Committee, Congressman Greg Steube from the state of Florida, we appreciate your time this morning, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Big matters, everybody.